So we have a nice lymphatic drainage session today, which I have done numerous times on Insight Timer. So yeah, if you've been here before, it's going to be pretty much the same. If you haven't done this with me before, we start pretty slow. We work on the head and the neck, and then we do a couple of little self massages just to kind of aid the poses that we do. Just a couple, nothing like too crazy, just a couple of little self massage techniques. Then we just start to move a little bit slow, and then we're going to go into our Sun Salutations C, so Surya Namaskar C. And this I find is the most gentle of the Sun Salutations. And Sun Salutations are really good for kind of moving that lymph around the body, because you're doing this like full circle, up, down, back, forth with the body. Gravity helps then get the lymph kind of moving around the body, traveling around the body, and that's what we want. And then we'll bring it right back down to some nice, slower, more yin type postures, holding them for a little longer, just so that we can really just like kind of relax at the end and then feel good, hopefully. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit off or your energy has been a bit low, maybe you've been a little bit under the weather, hopefully this is gonna serve you pretty well today. So yeah, if you have got a couple of blocks or a couple of pillows, cushions, just towards the end, we're going to be doing a supported bridge pose and alternative to legs against the wall. So you can use those there. But if you haven't got them, then you can just do a normal bridge and you can just have your legs against the wall. Or you can just do the alternative that we're going to do without the props. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. So we're going to start in shavasana, lying down on our backs, legs out. So allow your legs to become nice and heavy, your feet to kind of fall apart. Take the legs quite wide, wider than hips. And just allow the shoulder blades to gently press into the mat. Relax the top of the shoulders down, and then take your hands and you can just pop them on your belly. And then I invite you to close your eyes here, just taking a few deeper breaths, just allowing the body to arrive on the mat. And then start to draw your attention to your belly and your diaphragm. So as you breathe in, we're really focusing in on the changes that the breath makes to the body. So that rise, that fall, that expansion, and that contraction. So breathe in nice and deeply in through your nose. And let it go out through your nose as long as that feels comfortable for you today. Feel the belly moving up and down underneath your hands. And really tune into the contact of your skin against your clothes or your skin, whatever your hand is touching. So tuning into that. Getting that focus. Linking your body and your breath together. Lovely. Then just go back down to your feet. So take that awareness back down to your feet and just do a quick little body scan, moving up the body, noticing if there are any areas that you're feeling maybe tired or tense. And taking that body scan all the way up to the crown of the head. And then we're just going to take our awareness back down to the heart space and just take a moment to notice what mood you are in right now in this present moment. And it doesn't have to be anything big or dramatic, just whatever mood you're in, tired, happy, irritable, sad, frustrated, it can be anything. So just tuning into whatever it is. Notice if there's any type of emotion attached to that. It's just a great way to see how the practice can shift your mood when we come to the end. Take a nice deep breath in and then take that awareness to your mind. We're noticing any thoughts that might be arising, and then on an exhale, we're just going to let them float away. Nice and easy. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the belly expand underneath your hands. As you exhale out, just release the hands. Let them come down by your sides. You can blink open your eyes as well. Just giving yourself a moment to take in the room, take in your surroundings. And then just bend into the knees. Bring the feet flat to the floor. Push your lower back just gently into the mat. And then you're just going to let your legs fall to the right, nice and loosely. As soon as they land, bring them up nice and slowly, and then send them down to the left. So just going up and down a couple of times through center to the right, back through center, and then to the left. So nice and steady. Lovely. Bring your knees back to center. And then inhale, just lift the arms up in the air, take them up overhead, let the backs of the hands just come to rest on the floor, palms facing up. Hold it here for a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're just going to lift back up, take them back down by your sides. Inhale, lift up. Arms overhead. And then as you exhale, bringing it back. One more time. Inhale, lift up, nice and slow, steady. And then exhale, bring it back down. Lovely. Draw your knees into your chest and pop your hands behind your knees here. And then you're just going to do one gentle little rock up to a seat. Lovely. You can just come to the back of your mat. I'm just going to stay in the middle. And then you're just going to come into easy pose. So cross-legged position, however that looks for you, nice and comfortable. Make sure both of your sitting bones are nice and flat to the mat here. And then inhale, just lengthen up through the spine, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Lower those shoulders down. Lovely. Take a breath in and let it go. Wonderful. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, reach up nice and high. And then we're going to do a little twist. So twist over to the right side, drop your left hand to right knee. Your right hand's going to drop behind your back, but you're just going to stay looking over to that right side. So no looking over your right shoulder here. So just keeping your gaze over at the right side. And then we're going to turn in a minute, but we're just going to turn the head and the neck. So keeping your shoulders and your torso where it is. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you're just going to turn your neck and your head back over to the left side. So you're looking over that left shoulder. Once you get as far as feels comfortable, You're then just going to lift the chin. So lift the chin, taking your gaze up, and just lift it up until you start to feel like a gentle pull just underneath your jaw on the right side. So you're just going to feel like a gentle pull on your neck, almost like the skin's being pulled. And then just hold it here for a few breaths. So this almost mimics a gua sha. So if any of you that do your skincare in the morning or night, you might use a gua sha tool, which is like a little stone. It can be rose quartz or like a jade tool, and you kind of massage your face and your neck. Yeah, so it gives this kind of, you can pull the tool down your neck, and this is kind of literally doing the same thing but without touching your neck. This is quite nice. Take a couple more breaths. And then on your next exhale, just slowly bring your head back down. Look back over to the right side and then bring yourself back to the front. Lovely. We're going to take it to the other side. So inhale, lift the arms up, reach up nice and high. And then exhale as you come over to the left side, dropping that left hand behind your back. Right hand is on the left knee. Keeping the shoulders, torso where they are, and then you're going to turn the head to look over your right shoulder as far as you can, as far as feels comfortable. And then gently lifting up the chin, and you start to feel just that gentle little pull. That's where you just want to stop. And then taking a few breaths here. Lovely, just a couple more breaths, smooth, steady breaths here. Wonderful, just bring your chin back down, take your gaze back over to the left side, nice, steady, slow motion here, and then bring yourself back around to the front. Lovely, so just to aid that, we're just going to do a little self-massage. I'm going to do a little slightly different massage to what I did last time. So we did the kind of dragging down the neck, but we're going to do some like little circular massage moments. So if you've got any hair, just flop it out the way. And then you're going to take your first 3 fingers and then use your thumb just to grab hold of your little finger here. Have the fingers together, and then you're going to pop them just underneath your ear, just underneath your jawline. And then we're just going to do some really super gentle, really light touch circular motions. So just do about 4 or 5 little circular motions in one direction. And then lift the fingers and then just take them down slightly and then continue. 4, 5 little circular motions. Lift up. So kind of going with the curve of your neck, just lower it down. And then you're going to end your last one, you're going to lift up, and it's just going to be just above your collarbone. And again, nice circular motion. Nice light touch. Lovely, we're going to take it back to the top, do it one more time. So just rest the fingers first, making sure you've got them in the right place. Keep that gaze looking forward, nice gentle circular motions. Then lift, lower just slightly. So you're going to end up moving the fingers about 3-4 times. Get down your neck. Depends how long your neck is. My neck's quite long, to be fair. And then lift and lower, gentle circular motions. And then lift, and then landing just above your collarbone, keeping that gaze out in front. Wonderful. Just bring your hands now just to rest on your knees. Perfect. You're going to drop your chin down to your chest, and then inhale, roll your chin to your right shoulder. Exhale as you go back through center, taking your chin up to your left shoulder, and then just continue with this nice steady movement. So just continuing with stretching, gentle movement of the neck here, which is really going to aid moving around those lymph, getting it to travel, stopping it from being stagnant. Keep the breath nice and steady. Lovely. Bring your chin back to your chest. Inhale as you lift your head up. Inhale as we lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the side. We're going to lean over with the left hand. Bend into your right elbow here, bending generously. And then inhale, lift up, take it over to the left side. We're just going to do a few of these now, going a little more dynamically. Inhale up, reach, reach, reach. Inhale up, take it to the other side. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale up, take it to the other side. Inhale up, and then back over to the left one last time. And then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And then you're just going to relax this right arm. So you can bring the left arm down and then just keep the right arm up in the air, but just relax the elbow, bring the shoulder down just a little bit. Have your palm facing forward. And I'm just going to do a little massage down the arm here. So just take your fingers right up to your wrist, and then you just really gently, lightly again, we're just letting the hand, the fingertips just come down the arm, coming all the way down into the armpit. Once we get right to the bottom of the armpit, you can just do like a little pulsate, 1, 2, 3, and then take it back up. Slowly, slowly bringing it back down. And then pulsate, 1, 2, 3. Take it back up. Really lightly touching, almost like you're tickling your arm. And then pulsate, 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. Let it come down. And then 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Let that arm just come back down. You're just going to roll your shoulder out a little bit here. And then take left arm up. So have that little bend in the arm, kind of relax, lower that shoulder. And then taking the fingers to the wrist, slowly bringing it down. Down the armpit, get to the bottom, and then pulsate, 1, 2, 3. Nice and gentle. Take it back up. Coming down through the armpit, 1, 2, 3. Little pulse. 2 more goes now, bringing it back down. 1, 2, 3. And then one more time, nice and steady and slow. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Just let your arm come back down. Maybe give the shoulder a little roll out here. Let's roll both the shoulders now. Couple of times back, couple of times forwards. Perfect. And then we're just going to slowly make our way into tabletop position. We're going to do some cat-cow here, and we're going to do it really super, super slow. So just do a little check-in. Make sure your wrists are underneath those shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then when you're ready, inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. Drop your belly. Take your gaze up. You can hold it here once you reach that top point. Take a breath in and then slowly, slowly, slowly rounding the back. Push the floor away from you, chin to chest. Inhale, dropping that belly, slowly, slowly. And then exhale, rounding the back. Chin to chest. Lovely. Inhale, Drop that belly. Take your gaze up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Let's do one more round. Inhale, drop the belly. And then exhale, round the back. Oh, lovely. And then just slowly bring yourself back to your tabletop position. Reach your hands forward, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips nice and high for your downward dog. Lovely. Push the heels down towards the floor, lift the hips nice and high. And then as you exhale, let's walk that dog out, just really gently, really slowly. Getting a little bit of blood flowing in the legs now. Getting us prepared a little bit for our sun salutation. Lovely. Bring it back to your downward dog. Inhale as you look forward and then start to walk your feet nice and slowly to the front of the mat, about hip distance apart. You can have your knees bent here as you exhale down into a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale down to a forward fold. Lovely. Inhale as you rise on up nice and slow and steady. Circle the arms up overhead and then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Lovely. So we're going to do our sun salutations now. We're going to do 4 rounds. I'll let you know when we come to the end of each round. So we'll take it nice and steady. We're not going to go do anything too kind of crazy and fast. So when you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, drop your back knee, untuck your toes. And then inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot, tuck your back toes, step that left foot back to meet your right in your high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale up into a cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg nice and high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down, tuck your back toes and step that left foot forward to meet your right. Exhale down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, rise on up to standing, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step the left foot back, drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, hands come down, step right foot back to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Exhale, down onto your belly, lift up into a cobra, elbows in. Exhale down, tuck the toes, and then send it back to your downward dog. Lovely. Inhale, lift the left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, drop your back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Step this right foot forward to meet your left. Exhale down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, rise on up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that's 1 complete round, 3 to go. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step the right foot back. Drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down, step left foot back to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly, inhale into a cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg nice and high. Step it forward in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your toes, step left foot forward to meet your right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up. Circle the arms overhead. Hands come to heart center. Lovely. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, rise up with the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, drop your back knee, and tuck your toes. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come down, step right foot back into your plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale up into a cobra. Exhale down. Tuck the toes back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg nice and high. Step it forward. Drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your back toes. And then step that right foot forward to meet your left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 rounds done, 2 to go. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, right foot back, drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, hands come down, tuck your back toes, step left foot back to your plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale up into a cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Exhale, step it in between your hands, drop your back knee and tuck your toes. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, hands come down. Step that left foot forward. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Left foot goes back this time. Drop your back knee and tuck the toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Step right foot back to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale down. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forward. Drop your back knee and tuck the toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Step that right foot forward to meet your left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. 3 done, 1 to go. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, right foot back. Drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Left foot steps back to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Down onto your belly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. And then back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it forward. Drop your back knee and tuck the toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Step that left foot forward, meet your right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step that left foot back, drop your back knee and tuck your toes. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, hands come down. Step that right foot back into your plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Down onto your belly, lift into your cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forward, drop your back knee. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your back toe, step that right foot forward to meet your left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Woo! So that should have got the blood flowing around the body, got that lymph moving, traveling around. So it should feel really good, giving you some energy. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, let's fold forward, plant the hands, step back into a downward dog. Just take a moment here, take a few breaths. Lovely, take a deep breath in and then exhale, lower your knees down to the floor, untuck the toes. Let's just come into a child's pose for a moment. Let your forehead come down to the mat. Take a few breaths here. Just allow your back to release here. Let your shoulders relax and lower down. And just try to regulate your breathing a little here. Lovely. Just slowly bring yourself up into a tabletop position. And then from this position, you're just going to lower the forearms down to the mat. So we're going to come into a dolphin pose here. So if dolphin pose isn't a pose that suits you today, you can just go back into either a child's pose or you can do downward dog, entirely up to you. And then from here, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips nice and high like you would for a downward dog. You can stay here or you can just start to make small little steps towards your body, just trying to lift the hips, stretch those backs of the legs, so the hamstrings, the calves. And your head's just going to hang a little bit here. So your head isn't resting on the floor, it's kind of hanging here. And then gently pushing into the forearms, the elbows. So getting some nice strength in the shoulders as well here. Taking a few breaths. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, just lower the knees back down to the floor, untuck the toes, and then just come into a traditional child's pose here. So letting the forehead come down and having your arms down by your side. So having your hands and your feet in line with each other. And then just taking a few deep breaths here. Wonderful. Take one more full breath in and out here. And then when you're ready, just pop your hands either side of your head, slowly lift yourself up into a seated position. Lovely. And then you're just going to swing your legs out in front. Grab your props now, just have them by your sides. And just going to slowly make our way onto our back. So just taking your time. Wonderful. Once you arrive on your back, you're going to have your knees bent here, feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to set up for our bridge pose. So if you've got a couple of blocks or a couple of pillows, or even if you've just got like one pillow or cushion, you might want to just fold it. And then just have that in line with your hips. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, just lift the hips as high as you need to, just to pop your props underneath your sacrum. You want your sacrum to become really heavy on whatever prop it is that you're using here. So if you've got blocks, just make sure you're nice and comfortable. Make sure this isn't giving your lower back any problems here. Lovely. And then once you're in a good position here, we're going to keep the feet nice and flat to the floor here. Sometimes we have the legs out straight, but we're going to keep them grounded to the mat today. And then the arms, we're just going to send up overhead. You can have them nice and relaxed. So have that little bend in the elbow. And we're just going to be here for a couple of minutes. So really enjoy this, a little bit more of a yin style pose here. Just taking some nice, smooth, steady breaths. Try to be as relaxed as you can in your torso. So just gently pushing those shoulder blades into the mat, keeping the tops of the shoulders away from the face. Let the fingertips round up to the sky. And then really try to focus in on your breath. You can take a little peek at your belly. Bridge pose is always a great one for actually seeing your breath kind of move without you kind of forcing the breath down into the belly. It's just moving the belly up and down. So it's a really great visual if you need something to anchor your attention to your breath. Just taking our last few breaths or so in this pose. And then when you're ready, you're just going to bring your arms back down by your sides, just nice and steady, nice and slow. You can just gently push the palms into the floor. Inhale, lift the hips just enough so that you can slide those props out of the way. We might need one of them again in a moment. So just let your spine just round back down to the mat and then just draw your knees into your chest. You can make some small circles with your knees here. Going one direction and then the other. And then we're going to go into a little shoulder stand here. So staying as you are on the mat, draw your knees into your chest. And then when you're ready, just pop your palms down into the mat. You're going to use them to just push to elevate your legs up in the air. So take a breath in as you lift up, push into the hands, into the palms, and then use your hands to just support your back here. Send the legs up nice and high, point through the toes. Hope you can still hear me all right. Point the toes up. And now you can have a little bend in the knee here, and you also can have your legs a little bit over your head as well. So your feet kind of reaching up above the head. It's entirely up to you, whatever feels the most comfortable. Just try not to look to the side. So try to keep your neck in that neutral position, just taking your gaze up towards your feet or your knees. And then gently pushing into your elbows here, just helping that support. Taking a few breaths here. So letting that lymph travel from your feet now, down the legs, back up into the body. Remember, it's always got to go in the direction of your heart. So if you're working from the top of your body, it's going to go in a downward motion. And then the legs, it always goes in that upward motion. Obviously, we're upside down at the minute. Take a breath in, and then just to come out of this pose, you can just bend into the knees and then use your hands here just to slowly bring yourself back down to the floor, nice and steady. Bring your feet back to the mat, and then we can just do those little leg squishes again, so you can just let the knees drop to one side, inhale up, and then send them over to the left. I'll just do this a couple of times. Lovely. So now we're going to do a little alternative to legs against the wall, which is legs hanging. So it's the same, so it's just legs hanging in the air. If you'd prefer to have that support of the wall, then please by all means do that. This is your practice, so do whatever feels good for you. Otherwise, we're going to take our prop, whether it's a block or cushion, we're just going to pop it under the sacrum again. Just use one this time. Get it nice and comfortable. This actually might be more comfortable if you use a pillow or cushion here. And then when you're ready, just gently pushing into the palms, you can just lift the legs up one by one, have that natural bend in your leg, just letting the legs hang. You can have your legs about hip distance apart, or if it feels like you kind of need the support, have the feet and the ankles together. Don't worry about pulling the legs together, just the feet and the ankles, so you can kind of keep quite loose, quite relaxed then through your thighs and the top half of your legs. And then it's entirely up to you here where you want to have your hands. If you feel you need that support, you can just gently push the palms into the floor, or you might want to just grab hold of the sides of the mat. This can just help you feel a little more secure with this pose. Or you can take your arms up overhead again. So entirely up to you. See what feels good. We're going to just be here for a couple of minutes. So really try to relax in this pose. You can take some deeper breaths here. And then you're going to start to feel that obviously the blood is draining from your feet here. So you might just want to give the ankles and the feet a little rotation. You can do both at the same time or do one at a time, whatever feels good. Maybe push the heels away from you, then the toes. That can feel quite nice. If you've got your legs against the wall, maybe just do one leg at a time, bring one leg away from the wall, and then switch sides. Steady breaths. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, just slowly lower one leg down, let the foot come down to the mat, and then let the other one come down. So just nice and steady. Bring your arms back down by your sides. Let's lift the hips, release any prop that you might have been using. Draw your knees into your chest here. Lovely. You're going to send the right leg out straight here. We're going to do a reclined twist, but with a little bit of a difference here. You might have done this before with me. But inhale as you draw your knee into your chest, so left knee into the chest. Then you're going to take your right hand, guide that knee over to the right side of your body. When it lands, you're going to straighten this left leg out. So it's going to feel a little strange. You can use a prop here if you like, just to support under the lower part of your leg, maybe your knee, just depends. So that might just feel quite nice, or even maybe underneath your foot to give you a little bit more support. You can see what feels good, or none at all. It really doesn't matter. And then just send this right hand in the same direction as your foot, as your toes. And then just rotate the chest slightly so it's a little more parallel with your ceiling, the sky, whatever you're looking up at. And then we're going to take this left arm up overhead. So we're almost making like an L shape with the legs and an L shape with the arms. And then your gaze can either be, you can look over at your hand and fingers over on this right side, or you can just turn your nose towards your left arm here. So it's really up to you. What would your neck like today? What would it prefer? Just taking some smooth breaths into your belly. Make sure that you're not holding or gripping anywhere. So make sure you're not squeezing your toes, gripping your belly, clenching your jaw, and hunching the shoulders as well. It's another place we like to grip. So getting a nice stretch here. You might be feeling it on the inner thigh here on this left side. But also feel it up in the IT band as well. Really just depends how kind of loose you are, how flexible you are in your thighs and in that hip area. Lovely. Just slowly bring your head to center wherever it is. And then you're just going to bend into this left leg first before slowly bringing it back to center. Lovely. Just align yourself back on your mat. So getting that spine nice and straight before bringing the knees into your chest. And then we're going to send the left leg out straight this time. I think I need to move over so I've got room to straighten my leg. Draw my right knee into my chest, and then we're going to send that knee over to the left side. And then once it lands, we're going to straighten out. Still haven't got enough room. There we go. Send it out straight, and then you're just going to send those fingertips down towards your toes. You don't have to grab hold of them, by the way. You just can, just as long as they're pointing in the same direction. This right arm is coming up overhead. So you've got that nice L shape with the arms, L shape with the legs. And then again, maybe wherever you had your gaze on the opposite side, do the same. This side. And then just breathe here. Notice where you're feeling the most sensation in this pose. Really try to breathe into that area. Allow each exhalation the opportunity to just let go and release a little deeper. Hopefully your energy is shifted. Hopefully you're starting to feel that a little bit now. Lovely. Just slowly bring your head back to center first. And then we're bending into the right knee first before bringing it back to center. And then just get yourself realigned on your mat as you need to. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice big squeeze, and then let the feet come down to the mat. We're going to let the soles of the feet come together, let the knees fall apart. Coming into our Supta Baddha Konasana, so that reclined bound angle pose, or some people like to call it reclined goddess. And then take the arms up overhead, grabbing hold of opposite elbows here. Again, shoulder blades just gently pushing into the floor, keeping the tops of the shoulders nice and low. And this pose is great for circulation within your pelvis and your legs here as well. Just allow your sacrum to become really heavy here. Breathing that little bit deeper. This is your last pose now before we go into shavasana. So really trying to find that relaxation now. Starting to allow the body to process everything that it's done. Lovely, take a deep breath in and just allow the arms to just come back down by your sides. Use your hands here to draw the knees in close together, and then let the legs come out into shavasana. Let's take up space now with the arms and legs. Palms facing up towards the sky. Breathing deeper here. Really letting go with each exhale. You can sigh it out a few times. And then we're just going to do a little bit of a body scan here. We're going to start at the feet. So let's relax those toes, feet and ankles. Relaxing the calves, our knees and thighs. Let's relax the hips and the glutes. And then really try to soften the belly, the ribs and the chest. And allow your spine to become really heavy. Let it sink down into your mat. Relax your fingers and your hands, your arms and your shoulders. And relax your neck and your head. And then we're going to relax all the little facial muscles that we have within the cheeks, the temples, the forehead, that little bit in between the eyebrows. Relax your jaw and let your tongue just rest on the roof of your mouth. And take a moment now to really notice how you're feeling in this present moment. And then try to think back to the beginning of the practice and how you was feeling then. You did a little body scan at the beginning. Has anything changed? Did you pick up on an area that you was holding any tension? Has that shifted? Has that changed? And then just for these last few minutes now, just focus solely on your breath. So that inhalation and the exhalation and that rise and fall that you get. And you can focus in on either your belly or your ribs or your chest here, whatever feels most comfortable. And just allow that wave, your natural wave of breathing, just come and go. So you can just start to move your fingers and your toes now, or stay in shavasana for as long as you like. But just continue to move your hands and your feet if you'd like to end the practice with me now. And then you can just gently rock the legs side to side. And then take your arms up overhead, have a nice big stretch. Send that stretch all the way out through your toes. And then keeping your eyes closed, just slowly making your way onto your side. And then bringing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And then once you arrive in your seat, take a breath in and just tune in again to that mood. How is your mood now? Again, just seeing if it's changed from the beginning of the practice. Has anything shifted? Hopefully something has shifted and elevated, even if it's just a really subtle amount. Let's take one final breath in together. And as we slowly exhale out, blinking open the eyes. Lovely. Just taking a moment to take in your surroundings. Wonderful. That brings us to the close of this lymphatic drain class. I really do hope that you've enjoyed it. So yeah, please let me know. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining me today.